Tupac was messing around with some of the chicks on Bad Boy, right?
I could think of three off the top of my head, but let's see who you come up with.
Let me see. Tupac was messing around with Puff Daddy baby mama Sarah Chapman, right?
Well, actually, Tupac messed with Sarah before Puffy did. Uh, so they must have hooked up after Tupac and after he had put her on her way, sent her on her way. Because I remember Suge took his lady friend with him, and Pop took his lady friend to Hawaii. They all four went to Hawaii together. They snuck off and went to Maui and stayed in the Four Seasons Hotel, just the four of them, and no security, no nothing. And they just went on a little, I guess a little honeymoon for a couple of days in Maui, Hawaii. That was with Sarah. Yeah.
So that picture online of Tupac and Sarah Chapman, and by the picture you can tell they on vacation somewhere. That was in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was definitely in Hawaii. Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably why Puffy, probably got with her later. Because, she was from Seattle. And she got around a little bit. No disrespect to her, because I know she has kids and all of that. But, rumor is she was even messing with Gary Payton.
Damn, man, that's crazy, man. But what about Tupac and Mary J. Blige?
Yeah, he messed with Mary as well, but we're going to call her a bad boy artist now. She was with MC8. Puffy just got his break from Mary, doing the 411 album. But, yeah, he was kind of creeping on poor Mary, with Mary, while, Casey and JoJo was hanging around us. But, man, I remember one time I had to go with them. Casey had tripped out and beat her up. And it's this nice, expensive hotel called the Peninsula Hotel. I don't know how in the hell I was with Tupac at the 2 or 3 in the morning. I probably was with Suge, and they just told me we needed to go right quick over to the hotel. And KC and Mary got into a big old fight at the Peninsula Hotel. And we had to go over there, and I remember picking her up. It's a little side street. And she jumped out of a window. So I don't know if she was on like the first floor or the second floor, and came running out of the hotel on the side building. And yeah, she went and kicked it with Pac that night. But they were creeping on the down low while she was with KC.
Tupac was cool with Casey and JoJo, right?
Yeah, Casey and JoJo was mainly cool with Suge because he was managing them, looking out for them. Mary and when they were all at Uptown Records. But he did How Do You Want It together. They performed that song. They did another song that came out on Casey and JoJo's solo album, Thuggin' You or something like that, I think. One of those songs. So, they were cool. Casey and JoJo was some cool dudes. But Suge and Pac were scandalous as a motherfucker. They will fuck your bitch. I told the story on Bomb First before. People gonna get a little mad at me, and I just apologized to Mary, man, because I watched that BET award show, and man, I remember why I liked her and loved her so much. Because she performed her ass off. I like the way she danced. She can't dance, but I like the way she danced, and I like her little her Blige. But I remember one time we was downtown LA, and she came and sat on Tupac's lap. We was in the car in the limousine. It was actually like a Mercedes limousine, not the big long limousine. And her and Misa came, and they were sitting in the car hollering at Pac and Suge. And Mary sat on his lap. And when she got up off of him, he smelled his pants. He was like, damn, man, that bitch cat stink. I always remember about that. And I used to be in love with Mary. I used to want to be with Mary so bad until, but I just love her as an artist. But when he said that, every time I think about her now, I think about what Pac said, how she had a bad odor that day. Hopefully that was just a one-time thing.
Damn, Tupac said that? He said her box stink?
I swear to God, on my mom, he said that. like I said, it could have been a one-time thing. It could have been just, she could have been sweating. She could have been, I don't know, could have been on the rag, but I swear to God, he said that. Now, he repeated this story, because I love her so much as an artist. But can you believe that homosexual Danny Boy trying to say he slept with Mary when he was like 16 or 17? He put that in his book. I don't believe that at all. It cost him his job. It cost Danny Boy his job on, he used to tour with Casey and JoJo in the last like 3 or 4 years, where he was like really carrying JoJo. He was singing JoJo parts because JoJo can't sing, he can't sing no more because that nigga, he done lost his voice because he always, JoJo had a rough life doing no drugs and alcohol, and he done kind of lost his voice. And so Danny was, singing his vocals and stuff. But when that book came out that Danny Boy wrote, and he said that, fired his ass immediately. They fired his ass. And if y'all don't believe me, I'll pull up to the interview with Danny Boy on Bomb First. And he talked about that in detail.
So you telling me that he was doing background vocals for Casey and JoJo, and while he was doing background vocals for him, he put that in his book that he was having sex with Mary J.
Yeah, stupid, huh? Stupid, huh? But in fairness, let me say this. I don't know when he wrote the book and when he started working for him, but he wasn't doing background vocals. Well, he was doing background vocals, but the main thing he was doing was singing JoJo parts while JoJo was on the stage performing. So I wonder who they got doing that now. But that's what Danny was doing. And I'm saying all of this, and I'm disrespecting Danny, but me and Danny have a great relationship now. And I'm speaking of real, but, I'm cool with Danny right now. So hope you don't take offense to any of this.
Right. Yeah, I feel you, man. But so what about Tupac and Faith Evans? Do you think something happened between the two?
Oh, I believe it. I believe it went down. From the story that people were telling about her coming, in her own words, coming over to the hotel room. I saw him up at the studio in like this little room where y'all always talk about it on the internet as far as a little room with no door or something like that where people went to go get beat up. I never knew that or saw that. But I knew of that room where people used to go and get their freak on. And they was in the freak on room. And when I walked back there, when I was going back there just doing my little checks and my little rounds, they were sitting on it was like a little couch in there. And he was trying to put her head towards his pants or his genital area. Yeah.
What was Faith Evans' reaction when Tupac was trying to push her head down?
I did it real quick, so I can't say if she pushed her head back or if she went down or what. I can't say that. But hey, this is a chick now that's fucking on one of his boys from back in the day. That's Mary Stevie J. So, if she was low enough to do that, to mess with somebody that was doing records and messing with her husband at the time, yeah, she not above not sleeping with the enemy when she mad at her husband because Biggie was out there with Little Kim and Charlie Baltimore. Everybody knew he was fucking on those two. And so, the bitch gonna get you back just like we always say, the art of war is fucking nigga bitch. Well, women, they know how to get you back too.
Did Tupac ever have any personal conversations with you about Faith Evans?
No, that ain't something that niggas talk about. You just laugh about it, joking around, But what type of nigga are you coming like, yeah, I fucked this one or I did that. You talk shit about it like he did on the stage at the House of Blues. You talk shit about it, but there's also a scene on the beach when all the niggas got drunk at the Toss It Up video shoot where he talked about it. Him and Will Suge kind of brought it up, and he just was laughing and stuff like that. I thought niggas was drunk then, so they get a pass for that. But That's all you talk about like that. You don't just be sitting around talking about who you fucked and who you gonna fuck and all that. You'll talk about, all I used to hear those niggas talk about is how many bitches they had got tattoos of their face or their name on their body. They had a little running bet among each other to see who can get the most females to put a tattoo of their face or their name on their bodies. But I got a picture I want to show you. So, this man, when Faith was fat, it'd be like, God damn. Ooh, it's a picture maker. You'd be like, damn, Pac, you get no points for that. Yeah. Ooh. I saw a picture recently of Faith. Ooh, he had to be mad at Biggie to do that one, because that was taking one for the team at that time. Even though, and y'all know, Faith got a skin disease too. Well, she got almost like Michael Jackson disease or some shit. But I've been watching her with Stevie J on Love and Hip Hop, and I love her maturity. Something about her I kind of like now. I don't know if her mannerism was always like that, but I kind of like how she acts. She kind of low key cool.
Right. But out of curiosity, I know this chick is not affiliated with Bad Boy in no kind of way, but was Tupac messing around with Sally Richardson?
Well, what I do know is Snoop had a relationship with Sally at one time, and I remember an incident where he one of the security that was with Snoop a couple of days later when Sally was trying to get with Pac, and one of the security said, "Hey, Snoop was just with her a couple of nights ago. She left and went, kicked it with Snoop a couple of nights ago." And Pac was like, "Damn." Now, he didn't kick her away from her immediately. What two grown people do when they alone, who knows? But, hey, put it this way. I heard Snoop do an interview talking about it, how Pac got with one of his chicks after he did. And, people always speculated who it was. Was it Madonna? Was it this person? Was it this person? Or was it that person? But who Snoop was talking about was Sally Richardson. Sally fine. She was fine, but, Sally was trying to be saved. We used to have a term that we used to always say about chicks, they be reaching for the stars. They want to reach for the stars.